Hey, you guys, we are going to get started in just 1 second. Thank you so much for hopping on and joining me tonight. All right. I am just waiting for our co-host, Brandy, to join us, and then we will get started. While we're waiting to begin, go ahead and switch back over to Facebook and just tag your partners. Let them know that we're on, we're live, and we are starting now. All right, I see the numbers increasing. We've got 22 people on. Hey, Brandy, I don't know if you remember the last time you had to actually download something on your computer. I don't know if you are on the same computer that you did it in the past, but there is a download that you need to install. So I'm just going to make a quick post on our team page. And then I will be turning off all of my social media because I cannot deal with the dinging and the distractions. Okay. All right, bear with me, you guys. Okay. Brandy, if you're on, when you went to your Google Plus events, don't click the link. There's a different link to join. Don't click that link. Instead, go to your events and join that way. And let's see. Hopefully you're on and can hear me. She's typing, so let's see what she says. All right, I actually have Brandy's presentation recorded, so there will be no technical difficulties. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just messaging her real quick, and we'll go ahead and get going. So thank you guys so much for being patient. I am going to go ahead and I'm actually hiding. I'm hiding behind the webcam because it's Monday. It's been a crazy day. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I just wanted to let you know, yes, I am here. I am live, as are you. And it's only fair that we're all doing this together. We're all making time for our business. We're treating it like a business. We're scheduling things in. We're doing a lot for a little in the beginning and a little for a lot in the end. And we're all at different phases in our business. And I'll be honest, I'm still doing a lot for a lot. So I can't really complain too much. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick screen share and go ahead and get this going. Let's see. Okay.
good evening, guys. It's Brandy here. So this week I am going to talk to you about Power Hour. And I'm sure most of you have heard the term Power Hour unseen million times, either in this group or elsewhere in your trainings. Maybe you've heard your coach talk about it a lot and you're not too sure what it is, but you know that it can help you move your business forward. So I'm going to touch upon that and really just focus on how to invest your time and not waste your time instead of wasting your time. So let's begin. So what is a power hour? Power hour is just a set time that you set every day, going according to your schedule, that you turn off all your distractions. So you don't look at social media, you're talking on your cell phone, juggling the kids and everything. So this is just a time that you just block out and are laser focused and just work on your business. And really just getting stuff done, accomplished that maybe you didn't get to or weren't able to get to during the day. So first we want to look at how it works. So my number one thing that I always have to tell people is you have to realize this is your business and you are the only one that's going to make it work. So if you want your business to grow, if you want your business to succeed, then you have to make time for it, just like your workouts. You schedule your workouts. Well, hopefully you do. I know for me, it's nap time is when I schedule my workouts. My kids are napping. So you schedule it like an appointment and just keep it. And then, like I said, setting aside at least 1 hour a day. So just take a look at your schedule and just figure out when would be the best time for you to do this power hour. Is it before you go to work in the morning, maybe at your lunch break at work, or after work, or like for me, it's after the kids go to bed and I'm able to actually get in a couple hours after the kids go to bed instead of an hour. And that's fine too. If you have more than an hour to dedicate to, then that's awesome. And that's going to help you even more. But this is just something that will work for everybody. So, you want to turn off all your distractions so that you can be laser focused, like I said. And then every coach has a different situation. And I know a lot of you work full-time jobs outside of Beachbody, or your students, or your, full-time mommies, or you're doing it all. And I know that it can be very overwhelming when you first start off as a coach. I know my coach, Frances, she works full-time during the week. And so she's very overwhelmed with everything. And me and her actually, talked on the phone. I told her, watch this Power Hour webinar, sit down and figure out when you could schedule an hour a day. And she finally watched it and was like, wow, so I'm scheduling my power hours now and everything. So I was really excited that she's doing that. But, she works full time and she's making this work for her. And so time management is one of the most important things you can focus on when it comes to building your business. So just a few tips for making your time work. First, you want to prioritize. A lot of times I will go back to my to-do list and just see what I did not get accomplished during the day. So we're doing the 30-day push. So you always have your to-do list on you and just go by, add a few of those to your power hour whenever you didn't accomplish it, if you didn't accomplish it during the week or during the day, sorry. So create a daily schedule for yourself. Figure out when you're going to work your power hour, when you're going to get your workouts in, amongst other things. And that's what the 30-day push is. So that's going to help you. Like I said, figure out your power hour, use checklists. I actually have a document that I can upload here after the webinar, or after this webinar here, and it kind of just gives you little checklists and stuff that you can go by to see what you've done and everything. And you can print out multiple copies, for the week, or you know, if you're a good old pen and paper type of person, that's totally fine too. So use your work hours wisely. Don't just be busy. I know oftentimes I've sat down and I just kind of felt lost. I'm like, where do I start? What do I do? You know, so it's very important just to focus on mainly the 3 vital behaviors, because those are what's going to push your business forward. So it kind of ties in with the power hour. You'll see here in a minute. So you want to use your hour wisely. You don't want it just to be scattered and all over the place. You want to have it organized so that you can say, you know, I did this, I did this, I did this. Okay, awesome. And then just keep going. And don't fall into the Facebook trap. There's another, on the next slide here, I'll show you guys a little trick that I use to help me from getting sucked into Facebook. I don't use any other social media, so that's the only one I have to get sucked into. Use every available minute and really just make the business fit your life. So it's very simple to incorporate Beachbody into your daily life every day. Anybody can do it. So another few tips is turning off all your electronics, getting a timer or setting a timer on your phone to an hour or however long you can work your business for. This is my little tip here for you guys. If you don't have Google Chrome, download it on your computer as a browser, because you can go in and actually download a program, and it pretty much takes away your news feed, so you're not getting sucked into posts and statuses from everybody. And it's very helpful. I use it every day. Every time I get on Facebook, that's all I use. I have a Mac, and I don't use my Safari browser anymore. Excuse me. I use the Google Chrome because it helps me to focus. It helps me to stay on task, basically. And all I did was type in distraction-free Facebook. And they actually have a few on there, I think, now. They didn't when I did this, but they have some on there where you can get rid of like your messages and like all the people over here, or just everything. Like you can pick and choose what you want to get rid of, I think. I didn't look too far into that because I like the way mine is, because I want to be able to answer messages and stuff like that. So make sure, like I said, you create a to-do list for your power hour before you get started, so that you can follow it and help you get an idea of what you need to do to manage your time. So like I said, the key is you want to make the most of your time in this hour and move your business forward. So you want to break up your time and focus on specific areas for a designated amount of time, and then just move on. You don't want to keep, stuck at talking to people for a half an hour. Cut it down to like 15 minutes or 10 minutes, or figure out how long you want to, have these conversations going for. And then if you have time, after your hour and you want to continue to talk to people, that's totally fine too. But try to focus on a designated task for a specific amount of time. And then I posted a few examples here that I can actually upload them to the training page as well. At the bottom, you'll see, you can't really see, I think it cut off. This is the most common one, and there's a webinar on it. I don't know if a lot of you have watched this webinar, but it's very helpful. It's from Lindsay Krause, and it's just very detailed and even more into your power hour, and I can post a link as well for that. But these are just a few things that you can outline, and you can make your power hour however you want to do it. If just make it fit you, just kind of like the tracker, how like most of us don't, that business activity tracker, there's a lot of stuff on there, and sometimes I feel like I can't relate to that. It's just not something that I relate to with all those tasks and stuff. So I have my tracker so that it's what I do daily. So same thing with your power hour, just focus on what you do daily and what you need to do. And, it gives you the ideas of what you should be doing. So I hope that helps a little bit. So at every level of the business, you're going to focus on different activities. So, being a coach, you're not going to start off with, a whole bunch, as you would if you were a diamond. So I have a few slides here that are level appropriate. So you'll see at the coach, emerald, and diamond level, there are ideas of what you can really focus on during your power hour. And the key is just being focused. So you also have to remember that there's going to be a lot of sacrifice in this business. And Lisa always has said that you give a lot for a little in the beginning. And then, I don't want to say towards the end, because you're always growing, you're always learning, but eventually you'll get to the point where it's vice versa. So you're getting a lot for a little, and you don't have to put as much work in, and you can still move your business forward. So you can't do it all. Just remember that you can't do it all. Shalene says it best too. She's like, you can't do everything. And I had to learn that the hard way. Like, I'm trying to balance kids, balance the house, balance everything. And I'll share with you guys a few tips that I do too for managing time with my 3 little ones. So make your priority list and have a checklist, and work your hours as work hours. So just act as if you're going to work. Say, hey, honey, it's my power hour. I'll see you in an hour. Go lock yourself away in a room or something if you can. So this is just some daily to-dos as far as just starting off the coach level. So you'll see invite, and personal development, of course, is a big one. So with each of these, though, like I said, you want to focus on the 3 vital behaviors, incorporating that. So you want to invite, you want to talk to people, you want to follow up, and all that fun stuff. And then, add one of these things here on the right side here if you want to. Some extra things that you can do. And there's Emerald Coach. So these are just things that you can do to continue to move your business forward as your team and your business starts to grow. And then Diamond Coach. These little daily to-dos. So I hope that helps, and I can upload all these images after I'm done here. And so managing time with kids. So I have 3 kids. My oldest is 7. My middle child, my son, is 3. And my baby, Lily, she is 11 months. She's going to be a year old next month already. It's crazy. It flies by. But if you guys didn't already check out my video in the Backstage Pass group, I kind of touched upon these topics. So my number one thing is, and this really took me a lot of time to kind of grasp, is that you need to get a sitter, or if you can afford to put your children in daycare for, just a couple days a week, a couple hours at a time, if you can afford that. Of course, do it within your means. I actually had a friend that she watched my kids in exchange for me watching her kids. So it was kind of, it was nice because I didn't have to pay someone to watch my kids, and then she didn't have to pay me. And she was working at the time and stuff. But now she, her situation changed and stuff. She's not able to watch my kids anymore. So I still have my mother-in-law watch the kids, usually half the day for me on Saturdays. And that's really my designated time to work my business, to get done, what I didn't get done during the week, listening to trainings, catching up on things. And it's so helpful. If you can get a sitter, or if you could, put your child in daycare for a couple days a week, I definitely do it. It's so worth it. And like I said, it took me a while to understand this. Like, I was like, why would you do that? Like, you're doing this so you could be home with your kids, and then you're, taking your kids to daycare and yada, yada, yada. And it just finally hit me. I'm like, I have to. Like, if I want this to work, this is what I have to do. And Christina Solons has an awesome webinar too that she talks about this, daycare and stuff. Because when I first heard it, I'm like, she's crazy. Like, why do I want to put my kids in daycare? Like, just to work my business. But it helps because you're much more focused, and you don't have any distractions, and you can really just bang out that to-do list. And so that's my top tip there. Also, moms, you will always, the housework will always be there. And this is something I struggle with too, because I always want to get caught up on laundry. I always want the dishes to be done. I want my house to be swept, and who doesn't? Okay, but we can't do it all. And I want to use my time wisely. Like, I want this business to work for me. I don't want to have to struggle financially anymore. So I'm just, anytime that I can not cut corners, but just cut some time off, I'm going to do it. I still get my laundry done. I still get the dishes done, but I'm not over obsessive about it. I don't have OCD, but I'm not over obsessive about it. I will put it off a little bit longer. And so that's what I do. So then, mostly the time is whenever my kids are napping and I get my workout done. And then I usually have about an hour or more, sometimes if I'm lucky, if they sleep longer, that I will be able to work my business. So instead of like, I'm going to do the laundry while the kids are sleeping, no, I am going to work my business while the kids are sleeping because I have no distractions. So that's another big one, because dishes and laundry, everything else, think of how much time that takes up a day. That's about an hour. I don't know, I gotta wash dishes by hand. So that's like an hour a day that you could be moving your business forward, working your business more. So anywhere you can cut some time off, I would highly suggest it. Or of course, if you can hire a maid or something to come in like a day or two a week. I can't afford that right now yet, but that's my plan in the future, is having someone just come in, do my laundry and dishes and just red up my house. I'm looking forward to that. So, and then again, just schedule your time every day to work on your business. So make that a priority. It's not going to work if you don't work. If you don't put the time in, you don't treat it as a business, it's not going to be you're not going to be a business. You're going to get hobby-like results. And I admit to that in the beginning. I treated this as a hobby and I didn't take it as seriously as I wish I would have now, so, those are my top tips, and I hope this was helpful, and I'm sorry for rambling on, but thank you so much for your time, and you guys are doing awesome, and I'm just really happy and excited for this team, and I'm just happy for this group because it's the support and the encouragement and just the participation in this group is awesome, and thank you for taking the time out to listen to me, and have a great night.
Awesome. Okay, you guys, don't hang up. We're not done. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Brandy, for sharing. I'm going to go ahead and just move right on into the next presentation. My biggest top tip for you, and Brandy already touched base on these, but put your cell phone away. Like, get a kitchen timer, the old-fashioned kitchen timer, set it for 30 minutes, set it for 60 minutes, whatever, and just literally sit down, force yourself if you have to, because I know we live in a world where there's a ton of distractions. Like, there's a shiny object and we all want to look and go see what it is. But if you can take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever, and really focus working that power hour, and Brandy's going to upload some of those graphics that she shared in her presentation so that you guys can really look at those, put them on your phone, and start checking them off your list. But just making sure that you literally just make yourself do it. I mean, that's what this is about. You have to have the self-discipline to do it. It's easy to do. It's also easy not to do. So my piece of tonight's presentation is based on the core daily activities. And again, these are things that top coaches in this company are doing. And a lot of times when I have someone come to me and say they're not seeing results, they're not being successful, I'm going to have them look over the core daily activities, and I'm going to ask them, what areas are you struggling in? Because typically there's just one or two things that are off that's missing from their daily activity that we can really figure out. And you might think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, you'll still have a reasonably successful business, but I'm assuming that you're on this recording because you want to make a big business, right? You want to make a 6-figure income. You want to be able to stay home with your kids. You want to be able to have people come here, clean your house, which I can tell you guys that it is amazing to have an absolutely spotless clean house and you never had to lift a finger. And I am at that point where I've been doing that for a couple of years now, even when it was just Tiara and I. And it's amazing to have someone come in and do that for you. So, okay, the number one activity that you need to be doing, and this really isn't an activity, but it's something that is number one, okay, and that is your mindset. You have to have a mindset that is unstoppable, because there's going to be people that, you know, are going to question you. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to put you down. You have to have an inner confidence, like Avian talked about 2 weeks ago. Well, actually, that was just last week, about being confident. You have to have an inner confidence. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the Beachbody business. You have to believe that this is a gift that you have to offer, that it's a life-changing opportunity. It's not something that someone's doing you a favor by signing up. You're doing them a favor by offering them a spot on your team. And you really have to start thinking that way. You have to develop thick skin. You can't get your feelings hurt. Not everyone is going to understand what you're doing, because think about it. When you were first introduced to this business, did you have a full understanding of what it is Beachbody is all about? You didn't. And so why should you expect your prospects to understand it right now anyway? So not everyone is going to understand right away. They don't get it. Some people never will, but some people are going to watch and they're going to follow you, and eventually things are going to click and they're going to say, okay, tell me more about this. But you really have to plug into your personal development. That's a huge piece of your mindset, making sure you're fueling your mind with positive things that are going to move you forward. And that's a huge piece that we've already talked about so far in this training. But personal development is huge. When you're having a bad day, put your personal development on. It's going to change everything. When you feel like you're not sure what to do with your business, like you just get, sometimes I still have feelings of like anxiety, like, oh my gosh, what should I be doing? Put your personal development on. It's going to lead you to what to do. It's going to give you motivation. It's going to give you inspiration. It's going to give you things to talk about. It's contagious. So you have skills, you have talents, you have knowledge that other people don't have, and you have to discover what this is. And you'll be able to do that through your personal development. So your mindset in this is so huge. If you feel like Shakeology is too expensive and, oh, maybe this product will work and maybe it won't, then you're not going to build a successful business. You have to understand that Shakeology isn't just a protein shake. Shakeology isn't a negotiable item. It's non-negotiable in your business because Shakeology is amazing. It's the secret ingredient to people's success with their health and nutrition. You have to believe that it's a product that everyone you love, everyone you care about should be on, because you drink it every day and because you love how it makes you feel, and you know that it's good for you and that it's feeding your body with everything that it doesn't get and that it needs in order to run properly and maintain good health. So you really have to believe in Beachbody. You have to believe in yourself that someone out there is looking for you. And maybe you're not at a point where you want to be yet. When are we ever? We should always be constantly striving to improve and to be better. And that's okay. Every day you're competing with the person you were yesterday. Every day you're becoming better. Every day you're becoming stronger. Every day you're becoming smarter. So you have to have that mindset that somebody out there needs you. Someone out there needs this business as a gift. And you're not just hoping someone's going to buy Shakeology. You're not just hoping that maybe someone will join your challenge group. No, you're looking for the people that are looking for you. You're not just looking for anyone. If you're looking to drag someone in the business, guess what? They're going to drag you down. So you got to have the confidence that, you know what? I'm not just taking anybody on my team. I want the people that are going to run with me. I want the people that want to change their own life. I want the people that are serious about making a difference in the lives of other people. So you've got to find that confidence and really start portraying it and believing in everything that you have to offer, because you have so much to offer. Number 2, be a product of the product. How many times have I said this, right? You're probably thinking, Lisa, you say this on every single training. And why do I say it? Because some of you guys still aren't. Some of you guys aren't using the programs. Some of you guys aren't following the plan. Some of you guys aren't sharing it on social media. You're not talking about it. If you look at the successful coaches, take the top 10 coaches from 2015. Go through their Facebook page. Go through their social media. What are they talking about? These are the people that are hitting Success Club every month. They're rank advancing, and they're showing their results. They're showing that they're eating healthy. They're proving that the products work. And that's something that everyone has to do. So you have to be a product of the product. And okay, maybe you can't afford Shakeology, which, you know, I'm not going to go into that whole argument right now because we've already been there. You know, my personal belief is that everyone should be on Shakeology Home Direct. But let's say you have an allergy, okay? There's some reason you can't drink Shakeology. There's tons of other products and programs to choose from. There's the Performance line. There's Derm Exclusive. There's the P90X protein bars, the 3-day refresh. Literally, there is no excuse for you not to be on a product or a program, because there's something out there for everyone. And you've got to find one that you can just own. You can take ownership of it. You can talk about it. You can share it with other people. You're going to create your own transformation. If it's with your skin, great. If it's, you know, you're always on the go and you're in a hurry and you've got your P90X protein bars, which, by the way, those things taste like, I don't know, I was going to say money, but money probably doesn't taste good. Those P90X protein bars are so good. I have to keep them in my freezer so that I don't eat them all. Actually, they're hidden away in my pantry, but now I know where they're at because I'm talking about them. Anyway, you guys, my point is you have to be a product of the product. Don't skip this point. It's so important. That's why I keep bringing it up. Pick a program, stick to it, print your schedule out, cross it off, take your pictures, take your measurements. Share your journey throughout that 30, 60, 90 days, whatever program you're on. There's just no excuse, non-negotiable. Number 3, you have to be working from a list. As a brand new coach, this is one of the very first things that you were assigned to do. Make a list of every single person you've ever known. And you should come up with 100 to 200 people. And I want you guys, this is your takeaway, is to share a screenshot of your list. I'm not talking about your top 10 list. I'm not talking about 5 people. I want to see that 100 people, 200 people list, and I want you to post it on the Resolution Revolution team page, okay? So if you don't have your list, sit down tonight, brain dump, write down every single person that you can think of, people that you went to school with, people that you work with, people you used to work with, people you go to church, parents of your kids' friends, who does your hair, your doctor. Every single person you've ever known needs to go down on that list. And I guarantee you it's way more than 200 people. So when you're working from your list, you're connecting and reconnecting with people. So every single person, you're not going to send them a message, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. I want you to join my team. Absolutely not. You don't want to do that. There's going to be some people that you're going to use the announcing your business script that we provided you with. It's under the file section. It's awesome. There's also another great script called the Hey Girl script. But when you're working from your list, you're looking to connect with people. You're reconnecting with people that you haven't talked to in a long time. So some of these people that maybe you knew like from high school, you're going to realize that you have way more in common with them now than you did 10 years ago. You're also going to find out some people that you know are already doing PIO. They're already doing P90X. They have Turbo Fire. And that's a great way to start up a conversation. A lot of times people get so discouraged because they talk to someone and they already have the 21-day fix. So what? That's awesome, because these people are interested in health and fitness. They're interested in Beachbody programs. They're interested in transforming their life. And chances are they probably don't have a coach that's helping them. And so, okay, you lost out on the commission on a 21-day fix base kit, which is maybe like, I don't know, $15 or something like that. But let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at transforming someone's life, and let's look at building a long-term relationship and a long-term business. If this person signs up as a coach, if this person's on Shakeology HD, if this person loses 100 pounds and gets their life back, and you are the person they have to thank for that. That is the bigger picture, guys. You have to be interested in them. Okay, are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Instagram? Go through your list. If you're not friends with them yet, you've got to look them up. You've got to start reaching out to them, reestablishing those relationships. The CCQ technique: compliment, comment, and ask a question. And this isn't just with one person. You're working through your list. So tonight, before I hopped on tonight's presentation, I got my list out. And I started going through the people on my list. I started going through their Facebook pages. I started commenting on their posts. If a genuine compliment was due, I paid them a genuine compliment. I would ask them questions. Okay, this is the easy part about building a relationship. For me, I have my Facebook list sorted by prospects. And you can create a list in Facebook. If you didn't know that, you can Google it, how to create a list within Facebook. I don't have time to go into it right now, but you're using that technique, right? You're making it personal. You're making it about them. You're not talking about yourself. You're not talking about your kids. You're not talking about your cat. You're talking about them. You're finding out what's going on in their life. You're finding out, how did their daughter do at the ballet recital? How was their vacation? Where do they live now? What do they do for a living? You're asking questions about them. You're not trying to sell or recruit. You're just trying to connect. And don't feel like this is something that's going to happen overnight. It takes time. And I always like to take you guys back to the point where you were first introduced to the business. How long did it take you to sign up after being introduced for the business? I know for me, I met Christina Stallings in February. I didn't sign up until the end of July, okay? So the business has a delay, but it takes time. And you also have to have empathy. It has to be something that you want to do. It has to be someone that you want to talk to. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about, you're not looking for anybody to join your team. You're looking for the people that you want to join your team. And those are the people that you talk to. So maybe you've started conversations with people and you realize, oh my gosh, this person is such a whiner. They are so negative. They're so hateful. They have no motivation. They have no drive. That's your cue, guys. That's your cue that this isn't someone that you want on your team. So don't get hung up on those people. Move on to the next person on your list. You have to know when the time is right, and you have to ask. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Most people don't know what you do, and they're going to say, well, I don't know. I don't really know exactly what you do. Well, if I send you a short video, would you be willing to watch it? Okay, everybody wants to know, what video do I send people? I personally have my own. And I would encourage you guys to do your own YouTube video. Why not? Make your own third-party tool. But there's also awesome videos on our team website, platinumpresenters.com. Christine Dwyer has every single video you could look for. She has them in sign language. She has them in Spanish. She has them for fitness professionals. She has just the general one. There's a video there for everyone. So know when the time is right. when you're talking to someone that, maybe they say you're having a conversation with them. You're asking them, oh, do you guys have any plans for spring break? No, we can't go on spring break this year because, I got laid off at work, or, the money's just not there. Great time to ask. I don't know if you're interested, but have you ever considered doing what I do? Right? How easy is that? Number 4, increase your network by 2 to 3 people a day. If you add 2 to 3 people a day, that's 20 people a week. So you see how quickly that's going to add up, you guys. And just a reminder, a lot of you guys are newer coaches. You're still working through your warm market. You're working through your friends and family list. But this business is 30 to 90 days behind. So what's going to happen when that warm market runs out and you haven't added anyone and your list is dead? You have to constantly be adding new people. And there's going to be so many people that, maybe a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, I've been watching all of your posts. They're going to private message you. You're so inspiring, from people who never even liked your posts. Right now you're posting stuff, you think nobody's watching, nobody cares, nobody's interested in what I have to post, nobody's signing up. This is the secret sauce to staying consistent, because people are watching you. There's a lot of Weight Watchers. They're waiting to see, how serious are you about this business? Is it just a hobby? Is this something that you're going to be there long term to help them with? Are you serious about your own weight loss journey? Are you using the products, and do they work? And they're also thinking, is this something that's right for me? So they're watching you. So you have to stay consistent. You have to constantly add new people every single day to your network. For newer coaches, your list of 100 to 200 names, start adding people from that list and friends of friends. So you might write down Sarah that you went to high school with. Oh yeah, Sarah had a sister. Let me look her up on Facebook. I used to work with Becky. Oh yeah, I remember Becky used to always invite her friend, Julie, to our after work happy hour, whatever. You're using that as a memory jogger, and you're adding new friends to your network. Here's the key, you guys. You're only adding a couple at a time, because Facebook police can block your account from adding new friends. So try to do a couple a day. I will do friend requests, and I'll go back like maybe once a week and look to see who hasn't accepted my request, and I'll cancel the friend request just so I don't get in trouble, because Facebook looks at this as if you're being spammy. You're just randomly adding people, which kind of in a sense we are, but you got to really, really get that under control. If you're an existing coach, you've been a coach for a while, you really should be transitioning to attraction marketing, and that's freemiums. Okay, if you go to PajandLisa.com, for example, I have a freemium out there for a free 5-day clean eating challenge. What did I do? I used the 5-day Inferno from the Turbo Fire plan. I put it into a PDF. I gave Beachbody their credits, and there it is. People are opting in to get the free 5-day clean eating plan. So whatever it is that you have of value, you want something that people are going to share with their friends. Maybe you're awesome at organization. Maybe you have a great way to organize your closet. So you're going to do like a checklist. Or maybe you have a great checklist for how to get your kids ready for school in the morning. So maybe you're going to do a YouTube video, a really funny one, like your kid's in bed and you're like, get up out of bed, it's time to go. Or whatever. Maybe you're going to do a Periscope. But you want to provide content that maybe it isn't even Beachbody related at all. And something valuable enough that people are going to share. And that's going to attract new people to you. You guys, if you are not adding to your network, you might be rolling right now. Like you may have a good business going, but if you're not adding new people to your network, you're going to hit a plateau. So make sure that you are taking good notes with all of this. Number 5, introduce the business to 3 to 5 people per week. And this is always surprises me, I guess. Or I guess it's kind of crazy that people don't understand. You have to talk about the business if you want people to join your team. For me personally, I've always led with the business, and that's how I was taught from probably the 6-month mark of joining, when I started to figure out what this was. That's how I was taught, was you always lead with the business, and if they're not interested, okay, great. Here's the 21-day fix. Here's how you order. No big deal. They're not interested. Who cares? No biggie. 3 is wimpy, okay? 3 is the minimum that you want to share the business with. And that's, have you ever considered a business like this to help you with insert their problem? Because you're forming them. You're looking for people that you know, how can this help them? Don't just offer the business to them if you have no idea who they are, what they're about, or if this business can even help them, because that's salesy. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And I know it's scary as a brand new coach, as a newer coach, it's really scary to present the business to people. But I can't tell you how many times people have said, oh my gosh, Lisa, thank you so much for thinking of me. I would love to, I don't really know exactly what you do, but I would love to learn more. No one's ever said, no, I don't want to see a video. Why would they? You're not asking them to give blood. You're not asking them for their social security number. You're just asking them if they would be interested in changing their life. And again, you guys, you're doing them a favor by asking them to change their life, by inviting them on this journey with you, by offering them a thriving business they can do at home that's focused on their health, and they can have more time with their family, not vice versa. Out of every 10 people you ask, have you ever considered, 3 will eventually join if, and only if, you're doing these core activities, if you're staying consistent. They don't ever join right away. Every once in a while, I think Cassie was one of mine that joined right away, but she'd been watching me for a while and I didn't know it. I actually thought she was a coach already because the mutual friends we had, she was friends with somebody that worked at corporate. So I was like, oh, she must be a coach. So she messaged me one night, and then literally the very next morning she signed up. For most people, there's a decision process. They're trying to figure out, what exactly is this? Is this something that I can do? They're sidetracked by, things going on in their own life. Maybe their kids are sick, or, whatever. They've got things going on, and it's a decision process. So you cannot control how many people are going to join you, but you can control how many people you put the business in front of. Number 6, tracking your business prospects. And again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying before. If you guys are interested in a long-term income, you're looking to build and train a team. That's where your volume is going to come in. That's where your team cycle bonus is going to come in. That's where that residual income is coming in. I've shared with you guys our income, and it's not from sales. I think last week I was blown away. I think we had it was under $100 in retail commissions, you guys. And I don't have to tell you what our checks are. You guys know. That's where our long-term business is coming in. Our long-term income is coming in from doing team trainings like this. And it's the same thing because you plug your people into the system. You don't have to know, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How do I train these people? We have a team system in place for you. So whether it's you're, using what I've put together with Platinum Dynasty, or maybe you're on dreamextreme.info, or maybe you're on platinumpresenters.com, the training is there. So don't worry about that, but you do have to build your team. Over and over and over and over and over, a million times you're going to hear me say this, the fortune is in the follow-up. And just a really good example of kind of what we've been talking about, building relationships and not really expecting anything in return, but, keeping the door of communication open. You guys know Marla Leaf is one of our newer coaches, and she's rocking the business. She's doing awesome. Marla was actually one of my very first coaches in 2009. There was a conflict of interest with what she was doing with her job at that time, and so she had to cancel. But we've always kept the communication open, and she's always been very supportive of me, very kind, very, just cheering me on. And so it's probably like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, I just sent her a Fixate cookbook, and I just wrote her a note, and I honestly had no intention of recruiting her because I didn't think she was interested in signing up as a coach, but I just sent her a cookbook. So it's just following up with people, and it was a small gesture, but she sent me a very nice note back. And, a couple months later after that, she signed up as a coach. So you want to make sure that you're leaving the door open. You're following up with people. And, like I said, I went through my list of people tonight before this training and messaged people. I didn't say anything at all about Beachbody. One lady that I've been talking to, she's actually in Canada. Our last conversation, she had fallen on the ice and she had hurt her back. And this was like a week ago. So I just sent her a message and just said, hey, I was thinking of you. I just wanted to see, how's your back feeling? So you're talking to people. You're going to get objections. So that is part of the follow-up process. You're helping people think through their own thought process. So a great way to do that is to go back and think about how you felt when you were introduced about the business. Did you think it was a scam? Did you think you wouldn't have time for it? Did you think it's too much money? And you can share those things with people with the feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt that way too. And what I found is this. All right, you have to track their names regardless of their response because you're keeping the door of communication open. I know we talked about this in the past. This is someone that maybe had said no. I know we talked about this in the past, but have you thought about it any further? Don't ask an open-ended question like, let me know if you're interested. No, ask them, are you ready to get signed up? Do you want to give it a shot? I'm so excited for you to get started. When can you get signed up? Don't be wimpy, you guys. Just ask a question that's going to require a yes or a no. If they say no, great. Now you know you can put their name on the other list to follow up with them, in a month or so. And by following up, I don't mean like, hey, are you ready to sign up? All right, you guys, I'm going to really try to speed through this because we're pushing close to an hour here. And I got just a couple more. Host monthly challenges. And I'm not even going to go into this because Nicole Potty did an amazing job last week, and she actually posted her recording on how to host a monthly challenge group. I'll admit, challenge groups are my weakness. Nicole Potty has the system down. She is rocking it. So definitely go back and check out that challenge group training. It's really important. It's a step you can't skip. It's a step that I personally am working on as well. We all have things that we're working on. Number 8, you have to plug into the trainings. I know that we have a lot going on, right? We've got the National Wake Up Call. Some of you guys are doing other third-party trainings. We've got this training. You've got the Shalene 30-day push. You guys have a lot going on, and all you can do is do your best. Victoria is actually going to be doing a training on time management, and that's coming up soon, so you guys will get to hear that as well. But you got to plug into the trainings because you're going to hear about other people's success stories, right? And that's purposely why I asked the other Diamond coaches to come on and help me, because you guys get tired of hearing from me. I know. I understand. You want to hear from other people, and you can relate to some people. Maybe you can't relate to me, but you can relate to Brandy. Or maybe you can't relate to Heather, but you can relate to me. And that's why it's important to plug in and hear from different people, different personalities, different, journeys of where people have been, because you're going to relate to different people. You're going to hear what's working and what isn't working for other people. Things change all the time. Oh my gosh, social media, Facebook changes constantly. It's like every other day something has changed. You guys, if you're not plugging into your training and then you go ask your upline coach about something that we just talked about, I'm just going to say it for them. That's really frustrating. So make sure you're looking for that training because it's all out there. It's tough, but if it's important, you'll make the time. You'll get systems in place. It's going to make everything smoother for you in the long term. You definitely want to plug into the National Wake Up Call and the team trainings. Those are really, really important things. To me, everything else you can schedule in later in the week or a day that fits for you. Number 9, follow up blitz. I'm really, really good at doing a blitz all the time because I'm so busy. I go, 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 go. And sometimes, you forget to follow up with people. So if you do a follow-up blitz, you sit down, and that's when I love to just get my list out and I just start working through the list and I'm following up with people and I'm talking to people and I'm seeing what's new with their lives and what's going on with them. Set aside an hour at least once a week to do this. Go through your Facebook messages. You're going to be surprised at how many people you haven't replied back to. Look at your Instagram comments. Look at your comments on Facebook. Reply to them. Go over your list and just follow up with people to restart conversations. It should be short and sweet. Let them do the talking. So I will occasionally have you guys send me screenshots so I can see your conversations and see what's going on. If you are writing people paragraphs, it's too much because it's about them, remember? It's not about you. So it should be short and sweet. This opens up the opportunity to invite them to your next 5-day clean eating challenge, your next sneak peek, your next backstage pass at coaching, your next challenge group. So by having those conversations and hearing what people are talking about, what are their struggles, where can you help them, then you have the opportunity to invite them and help them change their life. All right, number 10, 3 engaging posts a day. If I went to your Facebook page right now, would I know that you are a Beachbody coach? Would I know that you're into health and fitness? You should be posting 3 engaging posts a day, morning, noon, and night. And again, you guys, use your own pictures. Be creative. Make it eye-catching. I've shared with you guys the apps that I've used. It's canva.com. It's like canvas without the S. .com. I also use PicMonkey, PicMonkey.com. There's tons of apps that you can use on your phone to make your pictures engaging. Don't just use Autumn's stock photos, okay? People want to see you because you are the brand. People are relating with you. It doesn't have to be all about fitness and nutrition. People do want a variety. Last week I posted a collage of some bathing suits and I got millions of opinions about which bathing suit everyone loved. And honestly, I already knew which one I wanted, but I went ahead and threw it out there just because I wanted to get the visibility, and it's fun. It's fun to see what other people's opinions are. So be engaging. Ask them questions. How are you going to get people to reply? So really think about it again, and we've already done social media training, so I'm not going to go into that anymore. If you didn't watch it, go back and check it out. Make sure that you do that because your business, 99% of it is built on social media, so you want to make sure that you're doing it right. Number 11, build and mentor your team. Okay, we have a message. We are in this to help other people. We're out to help other people live a healthier, more fulfilling life. And you can do that through your team, because your team is going to touch so many more people than you can alone. So make sure that you're mentoring your team and you're spreading that message that we are ending the trend of obesity. This is what drives your income, you guys, building and mentoring your team. You want your team to feel like they're a part of something special. You want your team to have the tools and the support that they need to be successful. So if you don't have your own system in place, that's cool. You don't really need to, but just make sure that you're guiding them and directing them through the trainings. Make sure that you're tagging them. Make sure that you're posting, you're encouraging them, you're texting them, you're having a communication with them. You have to want it for your team as bad as you want it for yourself, you guys. And I want this so bad for you guys. I get so frustrated for you guys sometimes because I want it so bad for you guys. I'm like, ah. So just like Brandy had said at the end of her training, she wants it for you guys. She's happy for you guys. She's so excited to be a part of this team. You have to want it for your team. So when you sign someone up, it doesn't end there. That's just the beginning of your relationship and your journey together. You have to plug them into the team training as well. You can't expect them to just, try to swim when they don't have their floaties on yet. So you got to plug them into the team training, get them connected to the team, plug them in, and just continue to learn and grow every single day. Number 12, and this is the very last one, you guys. I think we're actually going to end within an hour, which is a miracle. Number 12, be patient and never give up. Commit to being here a year from now, right? The business doesn't happen overnight. If I told you this is going to be easy and it's just going to happen, I'd be lying to you. You have to commit to being here a year from now. You have to commit to putting the work in. You have to commit to learning how to do your business. You have to commit to sharing the business with other people. And you have to commit to being the best version of yourself and never stop growing and learning and just being hungry to do more. You have to have fun. You have to make it fun. Make it your own. Not everybody relates to my personality style, and that's fine. If there's something that, you're picking up bits and pieces from me and Christina and Christine Dwyer, perfect. Take it. Make it your own. That's cool. Restarting is so hard, you guys. I know that it's easy to get discouraged in this business. There were lots of times in the beginning where I really questioned, I'm like, why am I doing this? This is never going to work. But I never stopped. I kept going. But I can tell you that restarting is very, very hard. I've said this before. When Paj and I got married, the business, I never stopped working the business, but it did kind of get on the warmer. It wasn't on the back burner. It was still on medium heat, but it wasn't at that full boil that I was used to running it out. It's really hard to get the momentum back. So don't stop. Stay consistent with everything that you're doing. And really think about if you invested $2,000 into this business, $2,000 would still be a really low investment to build $1 million business. You wouldn't give up. You wouldn't let it go. Just because you only invested $140 into this business doesn't mean you can just walk away from it. No, you made a commitment. You made an investment. You made a decision that you're going to do this and that you're never, ever going to give up. So expect a year from now, over the next year, amazing things are going to happen in your life. Your business is going to take off. You're going to start to attract awesome people, people that are go-getters, people that are driven, people that are going to take the business and run with it. You're going to have more time with your family. You're going to have less of a financial burden, and your life is going to be totally different if you stay consistent, stay patient, and never give up. You guys, that is it for the training. I hope that this was really helpful. I know Brandy is on as well. Let me stop my screen share. Brandy, do you have anything that you want to say?
No, that was an awesome webinar training. I think you covered everything.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for your presentation as well. It was awesome. I know people took tons of notes. And if you could just share the little graphics that you had done, those were great. And I think we'll give people some good checklists to go off of for their power hours.
Okay, I'll be doing that now.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome. Good night.
Bye, guys.